Hi guys, it's Tara here, the Crafty Sugar Addict. I am sorry about the lighting. I have an extra light on thinking that that would help, but it looks like the color's a little off, so I apologize to you for that. Today, another piece for Viva Las VegaStamps. Let me zoom in here and show you this a little bit, actually. So this is a super quick and easy Christmas envelope. You can use this for cards, and you're not going to believe how easy this one is. It's actually only 3 stamps, so even though it looks like there's a lot of work in this one, it doesn't take very long at all. Your biggest thing is going to be coloring it, which I only colored a couple of things on here. So that actually didn't take very long, and then inking the background, which you don't have to do, that's completely optional. And if you were to do this as a card, you could easily section this off and just do this portion of it and then mat it, and it would make an excellent card that would match to go on the inside. So let's go ahead and get started. This is your standard I believe A2 card, which is what, 1/4 of a piece of paper, envelope. So we're going to start with that envelope, and then the 3 stamps are this lovely collage stamp. That'd be filled with joy, which is what I put at the top, and then there's 3 arrows, which you guys see me use all the time. I absolutely love them. So we're going to use them one more time. So let's start by getting some good ink. Today I'm using my archival black. I've actually refilled all of my inks finally, so it should, now I've done a lot of stamping since I refilled them last week or so, but it should be nice and juicy. So it doesn't matter what brand you use. For the coloring, I recommend, actually, let me correct that. If you're going to use Copic markers or an alcohol base like Spectrum Noir, you do want to use, the ideal ink is Memento. I do not have Memento ink here. Usually if I plan on doing alcohol markers, I borrow it. So I recommend, if you're going to do what I'm going to do today, with I am grabbing alcohol markers. I have water-based markers too. You might want to let this dry for a little while, but for today's purposes it'll be alright. And even if you don't, it only smears a little bit. It just makes your colors, like your lines are nice and crisp when we first stamp them. It will make the colors a little washed out. But you can see just how gorgeous the stamp is by itself. It is perfect for a card if you wanted to do just it even. The Santa collage is absolutely adorable. So I've got the little room up here in the top. That's where I want to put our Be Filled with Joy. Same thing. I'm going to use that archival black for this. And like I said, you can use anything you want. Let's see here. And let's just stick it right there. Alright, perfect. So it just kind of blends in. And the last stamp, this is so easy, guys. It's those triangles. Get them nice and inked up. And then I want them to come into this little space so they kind of point right where the collage kind of comes together, I want to say. So there we go. That gives plenty of room for an address, postage stamp, and if you want to add more collaging, you definitely can. You can mask these off. You can just go right over top of it. So now I'm going to go ahead and color. I've got a variety of markers here. Let's see if I can bring this in a little bit more for you guys. I'm going to use a Prismacolor marker for the red in Crimson Red, and that's just because I like it. I like the brush tip. You can use anything you want. And I'm doing this video upside down. It just saves me time trying to flip the video. So I'm going to move this around a little bit as I color it. Now remember, there's a 2 here for your 25th, for the 25 days of Christmas. So when you get a color, you want to make sure you're not going to lose that. You can always go back in with a dark marker if you accidentally do. And you can easily just like color that 2 back in with black or a dark color. So, and you'll see I'm not taking a lot of time with this. I am literally just kind of tossing some color in here. You don't want something that's going to take a lot of time. We're on Christmas, it gets too busy, and if it takes too long, it's not likely to get done. So if you're wanting to send out a bunch of these, I mean, maybe you have a lot more time than I do, I don't know. I know for me, I don't have a lot of time to do a ton, so if it takes too long, it's not going to happen. Alright, so, oh, forgot his hat. There we go. And I just realized I forgot to grab a couple marker colors, but that's okay. So we've got a nice base on Santa's suit in red. Can't believe this lighting is so dark today. Sorry guys. I've got a yellow Sharpie brush marker. Just gonna color in his little belt buckle. And I've got a Spectrum Noir marker. There you go, you can get that. And GB8. And for that, I'm gonna use it on his bag. I think I used GB10 the other day for the other bag, but I wanted something a little lighter, give a little more contrast. So I'm just gonna go around the outside edges. And sometimes when I have more time, I do multiple colors and blend it for really nice coloring. I like the Tim Holtz markers. You can watercolor with them. But today I just want a little quick color. And then the colors I forgot was the skin tone for his little cheeks, which actually, let me see here. We're gonna do this one real quick. I have, speaking of Tim Holtz, I grabbed some antique linen. Let's see if it's dried out. The cap wasn't on all the way. Nope, still good. So we'll put that on his face for a little skin tone, and let's grab another distress marker in Spun Sugar. And we're gonna add some little rosy cheeks. Cheek, I should say, because the other one's kind of off there. Oh, and I forgot to color his boots, so we're gonna go back in with that Spectrum Noir and add some color down here in his boots. Okay. Quick and easy. Oh, man, my brain is not working today, guys. Forgot to color in these awesome triangles. And if you have all the Sharpie brush markers, you can get that kit really cheap, and they work fabulous. You can use, like I said, the Tim Holtz Distress markers. Ugh, that's outside the lines. We're just gonna make that triangle a little bigger for depth. And there's, I mean, you can use your kids' Crayola markers if you don't have whatever markers. If you have a craft mat like I do, you can color the Crayola markers on your craft mat and even watercolor these in. When you do watercolor, make sure you leave your flap open so it doesn't stick down, because I have accidentally glued some envelopes shut doing things like that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and grab some ink here. I have got, I think I'm gonna use the peeled paint, and actually, I think I'm gonna use Evergreen Baw? I don't know. Something like that. Some distress ink. That's what I used in the last one. I was going to change it up a little bit, but we'll do the same. Take it off of your envelope and just slowly blend it on. This is just a regular makeup sponge. I bought a big pack of them from Big Lots. You can get them at your local pharmacy. You can get them at Walmart. You can find these things anywhere. They come in tons of different shapes. I also have the Distress blending tool, which I love, but I tend to use these more when I need to get up close to something. Like you guys can see, I'm getting right up close to his little feet because I can use my fingers and smush this together. If you want to keep your hands clean, you probably are going to want the real blending tools. I feel like I get the same effect, and of course these are a lot cheaper to replace. Because I do this technique a lot, I can be rather rough on these. So as we go through here, you're going to notice I'm going really close to these triangles. You can even go over them. It will not hurt them because you're not really going to notice because it's a nice dark red. Now while my sponge is almost out of ink, I'm going to do a light coating through where the address will be. So, sorry if I'm shaking the camera there. Okay. Then go back in and get back up more. And I always start on the edges and then work the color lighter towards the center. So get all your ink off on the outside and then slowly wear the color out. That way your address space is not too dark, of course. Black will show up really well on this, and if you really need to, you can always go and take off some of the ink with a little bit of water because it is water-based ink. So you can kind of take a baby wipe and kind of absorb it. Alright guys, so quick and super easy. You can see that it won't take any time at all to do a bunch of these, and if you do them in a line where you're doing everything all at once, this will just fly. And like I said, it'd be an awesome card just to do the main section, mount it, or mat it. And then if you want to go in and add some detail and get really fancy, you can take your white, this is a jelly roller. Oops, if I can get that on the camera. There we go, a white jelly roller pen. And just add a couple little highlights here and there. And it will help your card just pop even more. And then it really doesn't take any time at all to even do that. You don't have to be detailed with it. Just go in and throw some color down because you want it to be, I mean, follow the lighter spots on your stamp, but you want it to be kind of random because that's what's going to draw the eye and make it look more three-dimensional. But you don't want to take, I mean, maybe you do. I guess you could take forever detail it. But that's it. That's all I did. Super easy. And I think anybody can do it. All 3 of these stamps will be listed on with direct links to purchase them on the blog if you are interested or don't have them. And there are tons of other Santa Clauses and things you can use the same technique with. So super easy. Make sure to check out the blog below. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys would be interested in seeing. Thanks. Have a great day.